I'm popularly known as the fierce sergeant in Soldadu. Hi, my name is Ruby Muhammad and I am a multi-potentialite. Well, actually I do a lot of things, but currently I am basically TV producing and script writing. From primary school, I used to perform on stage, and up to secondary school, I still perform. First time I started acting in theatre was with my team from Malay LDDS. I wanted to pursue theatre even more. I actually made the decision to move to Kuala Lumpur at the age of, I think, 19. This is where I started theatre more intensively. I got to work with the best in theatre in Malaysia, Joe Hafsham, Farida Marikan, Actor Studio. During one of my theatre performances, I was actually noticed by a TV producer who wanted me to be a leading cast in her sitcoms, and it was the first time at that time for the station to do English sitcoms. It didn't take off, that sitcom, but later on she did give me other TV projects to do, and I remembered my first drama series, it took us a month to shoot, and I was paid 10,000 ringgit, and for a 20-year-old, that was a big amount. And the first thing I wanted to do was to come back to Singapore. So I came back to Singapore and pursued my mass communications diploma and advanced diploma. When I came back, I also had some offers for TV hosting, acting gigs, but at the same time, I was already moving backwards in the behind the scenes. And I discovered that I actually really enjoyed the behind the scenes so much, and it actually also is so apt with what I studied, mass communications. And then I just got stuck there, and yeah, and I've been doing that since. But my favorite production will be Tempahan 8 that I produced and wrote. It was my first production, and it was also nominated this year in 4 categories, so I'm very, very proud of it. So after my studies and getting involved in the TV scenes in Singapore, shortly after I met my husband-to-be. So when we got married, I moved out of Singapore. We got married in Egypt, and then we moved and we started our life in Germany, where I spent about 5 years and had 2 kids. Then I moved to Saudi Arabia and then Dubai. So yeah, that's how I was away from the scene for about 16 years and just came back. I think one of the main challenges for me, being a new expatriate, mainly was the language for me in Germany where I started, because no one spoke English very well, especially if you go to the shops, like, you know, laymen, they can't really speak English, so I need to pick up the language. And in Saudi Arabia, it was a totally different ball game. One time when we just moved in, my husband's at work, I took my kids in a pram, walked out on the street, and then I get stares and whistles, you know. And it was quite bizarre. I didn't understand what was going on. Only later I realized, after asking my husband, he said that it's not common for a woman to walk on the street. That was kind of bizarre for me, coming from Singapore where I was so free to go everywhere and roam everywhere I want. I feel that no matter where I was, community support is very important. And I always, right, as a Singaporean, always, first of all, look for my Singaporean networks. There were forums that I could meet other Singaporeans abroad. We are very close into the community outside, especially in Dubai. We were celebrating all the events as we can think of. Hari Raya, Chinese New Year, National Day. Of course, National Day is so big there. I really miss National Day events back in Dubai. These are the things that make me so proud of being Singaporean, and Singapore has touched many of those countries that I lived in also, like in Dubai. Some of the biggest projects were done by Singaporean teams, like from Hitachi, or so, like in Burj Khalifa, or in the infrastructure even. They copy a lot of Singapore infrastructure. So these are the things that make me even more proud to say that, hey, I'm from Singapore, and I'm, you know, my people built your city. I'm very proud to tell people that I'm from Singapore, because Singapore is known for it's a developed country. It's clean. It's you know, in Asia, it's one of the richest country in Asia. Very safe. So all those things about Singapore that you heard of may not mean anything to you if you were living in Singapore, but when you were abroad, you suddenly become proud of who you are and where you're from. So yeah, I am very big on saying that I'm Singaporean. It really is my identity. I'm Ruby, and I'm Singaporean.